What's up, y'all? It's Jam and Sam, and today we're going to restore Secret of Mana, and we're going to start with in It Happened Late One Evening, which is a song that plays somewhere at Gaia's navel, like when you're like with all the dwarf people, I think. Um, so I've already got my instruments picked out. It's a small song, so it shouldn't take too long. I've got my castanets, my clap, and actually a new instrument, the bandoneon from the Sound Canvas VA or the SC55. And then I have the marimba that we've been using, and then I'm going to record quite a few MIDI instruments for this. We have the flute, the harmonica, and the what's the other one? The synth brass. So we'll be recording that, and let's see. First channel we have is the drums. Basically, just a simple loop going like. And see, sometimes it's a pretty simple loop, like just one bar loop, but sometimes we have these doubles up. And so it looks like it changes, it doubles up a couple times, and then let me get out of third of a step. It looks like it doubles up and during the second half of the song, and then it has an ending. So we have one pattern, one distinct pattern, two distinct patterns, and then it stays like that until the ending. So we have three unique bars. So let me go and grab this, and then I'm going to control shift. Well, drag first and then control shift. And I'm going to select this bar. So let me copy that, and let me go to find first empty and call this drums. So now I'm going to put the top note is the castanets, because the castanets play first. So what I'm going to do is remove this space. And now we can go into the playlist and drop our MIDI. Let me make sure there's no space at the beginning. No, there's no space. So what bar does it change at? I know the ending is the last one. So what does it starts at bar 5 is when it does the second pattern. So you have drums, and let's just drop that. Let me change my snap for the playlist too. Let me change it to bar. And then I put 4 repetitions of that, and then I switch to the alternate pattern, and then I end with the third at the end. And so now we have to actually make these play the correct waves. So let me cut out the bottom note, and the bottom note is the claps. And paste here. So let's hear how it sounds. So it's entirely too high. I'm pretty sure the castanets are supposed to be root note. And the claps. And the claps are supposed to be not that long. Nice. Let me listen to that playback. Might be a little bit lower. And it might be a little bit shorter too. There's also the transient on the clap is a bit sharper. So let me use decay to the envelope decay to try to create that. Yes. Nice. Let me make it a little bit longer too. Oh, that's because of the envelope. Let me give it release. Nice. Nice. So that works. Let me now move on and see what else we have. So we have our harmonica. And then we have silence. So that's our harmonica from the TG-77. And then it comes in again. So we can just copy that entire line, really. And that's the whole song, really. And it repeats after that. So I can copy that entire line and let me go to an empty pattern and just put it into the MIDI out because we're going to use the T record from the TG-77. And if I play it, I think I already have that patch loaded up, actually. Nice. Now we just have to adjust the gain on the gain knob on my line in. Oh, it's pretty good. I just have to let me put a limiter on there to make sure it's not clipping. That's actually perfect like it is. Let me record that line then. But actually, oh wait, I don't want to have this much space in the recording. I do want to have some, but just enough to let the tail of the last note ring out. So let me just move that, and then I'm going to add Edison. And then we press record, and then play. Nice. And so now we can trim the side noise. And then let's see. Let me save this as oh wait, I have to go into my mana folder. Let's call this evening _ harmonica. Okay. And next time I want to be in 48K. I want to record in 48K. It's not that important. So now we can let me insert a mixer track. No, insert a playlist track. And I go and grab the recording. And then I'm going to make a cut. Well, let me change to beat snap. I'm going to make a cut here. And then I'm going to move this part right here because that's when it actually happens. And so now I want to take the recordings, the volume down to about 50%. And then let me check and make sure, is the drums center? I want to make sure of the panning on that. Yeah, they are. So this definitely has reverb on it, and it's got to be, the panning is 45% to the right, so let's copy that value, change the filter group to all, and paste it at the recording. Cool. So let's give the castanets a mixer track and the clap, and as well as the harmonica recording. So now we name this accordingly. Okay. And so now we want to see what's next. So this is actually, these are actually two different samples. This is the same, it's the same melody line, it's a chord, but it's two different samples. So what he does is he uses a different harmonica sound to give the line some variation. And what this is the Bandonian from the SC55. So we've got the Sound Canvas VA loaded, and there's the Bandonian. So now we just paste that line into there, and I think it never changes if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Let me check the patch log to make sure it doesn't change at all. No, it doesn't change, it stays the same. And the panning is going to be 38% to the right, so let's copy that over to the Bandonian. It's actually specifically a Bandonian accordion, which is some kind of European accordion. So let's go and paste this line into, wait, did I copy that line? I don't think I did. So let me go copy that and paste in pattern 3 on the Bandonian line. Wait, I have to go into the piano. Paste. And now let me cut this this line right here because we're done with it. Let's hear how it sounds. Oh, that's right. I have to point the notes to channel 1. So right now they're blue, which means they're like somewhere around here. I have to go select channel 1 and Alt C to change it. Cool. Now I just send that to a mixer track and then drop it into the mix. Let me insert one on the playlist, and that'll be good like that. But it doesn't, it sounded more like chords in the original. No, I guess it didn't really. It was just kind of, I think it's actually just a difference in because it's a slight difference in pitch. So it's like a detune. Like one of these pitches are a little bit off. Wait, no, actually this is, wait. Yeah, I think it's just the pitch of the sample is different, so they're registering as different notes, but it's the same note. It's just a little bit detuned. So that means we should, I'm gonna send the pitch of this one just a little bit up. Wait, no, that's gonna change it too much. Let me just pitch the Bandonian down a bit. Yeah, that's too much. Because what he's doing is he's making it sound more like an accordion. An accordion has like a bit kind of a detuning effect going on, where it's slightly out of tune. And now the one thing I notice now is that there is no attack. There's like a very sharp attack in the original. So let me try to recreate that. There we go. Take the attack down here and it works. Nice. Maybe not that much, like that little attack. I think that's good enough the way it is because that's how a real accordion would sound. It wouldn't be such sharp, so sharp. Nice. So now we can move on to whatever's next. Bass marimba. So being this is so low, this is actually a bass marimba. A regular marimba can't go this low, but they specifically make bass marimbas to play lines like this. And this is the first I've heard that in this soundtrack. So, is it playing that marimba like that the whole time? Yes. Let me check the patch log. Yes. Let me copy this whole line. Cool. So I'm gonna name. Before I forget, I'm gonna name this pattern Bandonian. And then I'm going to find first empty and call this bass marimba. And then I'll paste that in the marimba line. And I have to send it to Alt-C to change the color. And we put it down an octave. And now let me take down the release a little bit because a real, like, it doesn't have it in the game, and a real marimba wouldn't necessarily, like, a real marimba can be muted too. Yes. Nice. Now what is the panning on that line? It would be, let me make sure it doesn't change either. It would be, let me copy that panning and paste it to the marimba. And then we go and, I'm going to add this under the drum since it is a bass, technically. Nice. So what do we have next? Let's see. This channel doesn't really play much, but I think that's another marimba line. Yeah, some extra bits for the marimba. So let's copy that, and let me see if this one has a different pan. Yes, it does. So we're gonna have to clone the marimba. And then copy the panning over from this channel to that channel. I'll also have to highlight channel 1 and press Alt-C to change it. And then I have to go an octave down. Nice. Okay, so now we have, what is next? Oh, I forgot to send the marimba to a mixer track. Okay, so what do we have next? Flute. Very high flute. Okay, and so that would be this. So we copy this and go to an empty track. And I'm actually going to switch to 48K for this one this time. So let me go to 48 and I'm going to have to close my project. So let me save it in Mana as. Best game mixer. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I have to load my project up again. Nice. So now I have this. It should be in here. I don't know why it isn't. Let me paste. Wait, I didn't paste it. That's right. Yeah, there we go. So now that we're in 48, okay. Let me go and rearm my mixer track. And let me see how it plays first. Oh, I have to switch to the flute too. So I have to switch the TG77. I have FX bypass on. And let's see, now we have selected the Muthi patch, which is the harmonica. Now we have to go to the flute. Just push the button twice. Of course, my camera is terrible at focus, so. There we go. Okay, so now we can record this. And it's actually an octave higher than that, so let me control up to change the octave. There we go. And that should be plenty loud, so I'm gonna record that and play. Oh wait, I don't want all that silence. Let me undo that. Scratch that. I have to move this section back so I don't store silence in the recording. That's going to take up too much space. It's a piccolo. Okay, so let me normalize that volume and then trim side noise. And then I'm going to save this recording in Mana TG77 recordings as evening flute. Hi, welcome to the stream. And so now we refresh the browser and now it'll show up here. Let me insert one. And now we want to make a cut on that space there and then move this section away to the end. I also want to take the volume of the recording down. And let me go and see what is our panning for this one. So for that flute, it should be, and it should stay 16% to the left. So let's copy that value and paste it on to the flute. Okay, so now we can send that to a mixer track and send it to 6, and then I'm going to call this piccolo because it's technically a piccolo. Flutes can't go that high. So now I want to, there's one more line in here. Let's just see what that is. That's our synth brass. And this one has an envelope on it. It doesn't just stay one volume, so. Okay, so let me copy this whole line and go to an empty track. Well, this one's already good. And let me paste this here. Wait, actually I have to go into the piano roll, delete this, and then paste it. And let me drag this second part away to remove the silence, still leaving some space for the tail. And let me go and find, because this is going to be not easy. So let me go and find the synth brass patch. And I don't exactly know where that is, but I'm just going to press the bank select button here. It's going to be in BR. Like it's going to say BR at the beginning. So let me try to go to, it's probably in a different memory. So here we have presets 1. Let's see. Did that do anything? No, that's still the same bank. Let me press it again. Ah, see, now we have something different. Drums. See, a synth lead, pluck, choir, and that's it, really. But I think maybe if we cycle, are we going to find something different? Oh, yeah, we have some different stuff here, other than what's cycled through. I press the bank button. Wait, no, it's the page button. Huh. So I guess I have to go through pushing these, like, manual buttons. Oh, here was brass. Is that brass? We need 1980. I guess it's not here. Let me try pressing the memory button again and see what it does. I think that's back to where we were. Oh wait, here we go. Here's some brass. Please be what we need. Yes, 1980. 1980 is what we want. So let me refocus my camera. Okay, and now we are going to record that line. Let's hear how it sounds. Nice. So now we can record that. Let's go to new recording and press record and then play. Nice. Okay, so let's trim the side noise on that and save as, so wait, let me make sure it's the right octave. I think it is. And actually, I think that envelope is still good. No, it doesn't decay. It actually gets louder. It actually crescendos. So let's save that as evening brass. Why does that remind me of Sega Genesis music? Because Sega Genesis music was based on FM synthesis, and this is also, I think, might not be FM synthesis, but it is synthesis. Yeah, also, hi, I'm new here. Welcome. Glad you could make it. So this is where we just, I just show you the music production of these restorations, and I show you how I do them. So, enjoy. So now we will go and grab the recording, and let me reread the browser so it shows up, evening brass. And let me insert, I'm going to insert a mixer, insert one track below everything. And let me do that. And then we can put this, oops. Can put this here, and let me get it to be just that second part. Let me hold Alt to drag. I just didn't feel like, well, that's going to be the end of me because I need that. I need it to be aligned. So let me go and slice this and then move it. So actually we can move this up too. No, wait, we can just up one is fine. And I forgot to turn the volume down to 50%. Nice. So now I need to put an envelope on it, and I'm going to insert one here so we can put the note pattern here, and we want to give it that space. And right there. So now I want to link these notes to an envelope controller. So I'm going to go replace the MIDI out with an envelope controller. And now every time the note plays, every time this a note plays, it starts over in an envelope. And now all I have to do is link this envelope to the volume of the recording. So if I go to the filter group and I go to edit all, and then I go to the brass volume and I go to link to controller, and then I select Fruity Envelope Controller Articulator 1. It'll now be linked this envelope will now be linked to the volume. And so you won't hear it unless I play the recording under it. Now, one problem here is this envelope is not right. The other problem is the recording is too loud. Because now we're controlling this envelope and the volume goes all the way to full. So we want to take down the multiplier now so that full is now 50%. And now we want to make the envelope right. So let me give it no attack, and let me give it some decay, and let me do the tempo as let me set it for a bar. And let me give it no release because that's going to mess up the notes. Oh, that's way too short. I think, oh yeah, this is actually a bar right here. Let me snap it in place. Let me give it a little bit more linear. Let me see if that sounds right. I think I actually liked it better with the curve. Nice. So that goes there, and let's check out what panning we have for this instrument. You're good at this. Thank you. Welcome. This is going to be, I'm going to copy this volume knob and go, like it's 16% right, so I'm going to copy it and paste it to the brass, and then that'll be that. Now I just have to give it a mixer track. I'm going to send it to 7, which is the first free, and then I'm going to name this brass. So now that's our entire song, really. Now we just need to mix it. So I'm going to go... I'm going to go one by one and check out these instruments and see what they need. So this could be beefed up a bit. It's kind of weak. Let me add a saturation knob. We want big beefy drums. There we go, make it pop. So that's good. Let me set the volume to be like volume compensation. And then that's really all I need to do. I don't need to do anything else. That's pretty good like that. It's pretty straightforward. Let me send this to drums. And I want to kind of... It does have a little bit of natural reverb, but I don't know if I want that. Yeah, I don't know if I want that reverb in there. Maybe not that much. That's good. So now I can go to the clap. Let me add distortion to this too. Saturation. Yes. Let me set the volume. Actually, I do want to give it some more volume because it lost it in the envelope. Nice. Let me take that down a bit. Let me see how that sounds. I think it's actually, the clap is actually a little bit lower pitched. And I do want a little bit of chorus on the clap because it sounds really static. Bit too, I don't like the mono sound. Let me slow it down. Nice. Okay, so that's good. That works. Let's move on to the next one. So let's go to the harmonica. This could be a little beefier. Set the volume. And then we'll send that to, I'm going to send this to lead reverb. We want this one to have some reverb. And I want that reverb to be, I'm going to put this as TSAR1R. We can set this to like a room with very weak reverb. Nice. And let me give it an exciter too. Yes, there we go. And then for the bandoneon, let's send that to reverb as well. Where did it go? Why isn't it playing? Strange. Oh, because I don't have the, yeah, I don't have the thing enabled. Let me also saturate this one a bit to compensate for the, because the SNES adds a little bit of distortion, which is nice, I think. And let me also excite it a bit. And so this, I don't exactly want that to be that detuned. So let me take that down a bit. Nice. Maybe a little bit more on the detuning. Yes. Nice. So now we can move on to the marimba. Definitely want some saturation on that. Nice. Let me give that a little bit of chorus too. Yes. Nice. Now the piccolo. Definitely want some chorus on that. And I also want to raise the highs on it. Yeah, get that raspiness. And this one can also have reverb, but I think I want it to have more reverb. No, that has the right amount of reverb. Nice. Okay, so that works. Now we just need the brass. That one's gonna need some chorus. Nice. And let me put some saturation on that. Nice. And let me send that to accompaniment. I think that also has reverb, doesn't it? Yes. So let me change this reverb to TSAR1R. Nice. I want the clap to be louder. I want to get the clap to like 6 decibels. And also the castanet if I can. Maybe the marimba too. Nice. Whoops. Okay, so that sounds good. Now let me master it. I'm gonna add, I'm gonna remove this instance of Edison, and we can actually continue to mix in 44.1. Well, actually, we're almost done. It doesn't really matter. So let me add Maximus. Here we go. And I'm going to go through and edit the bands. So I want to catch this bass. So we want to catch this marimba for the bass band. And so now we want to catch the bass. We want to compress the band a bit, compress the bass. See, it's not triggering right now, but in the heavier sections it will. Yeah, this part. Nice. And now in the middle, maybe we can have the harmonicas be lower. And actually, I want to there's an annoying frequency in the flute that I want to kind of remove. Let me see. I want to kind of dip down a bit. Let me unsolo this. It's that one right there. I think it's that. That should be good right there. Let me use parametric EQ too so I can take a closer look. Let me do this. Let me just preview this band. Let me do band pass. Let me try to... There it is right there. So now if I go back to peaking, I can make it right there. Now it's not so bad anymore. Nice. Okay, so that works. Let's see. Nice. And so now we have the high band. Let's also compress that a bit, make it more uniform. And see, now we have some extra room in the volume. We can put the gain up on the master. see. After the Secret of Mana, it was OST. It would be very cool if you tried the GBA DKC3 track OST. That one is not going to be possible because I can't find all the sounds, and those are newer sound sets. So the ones that I have don't work, and they probably cost money. And plus, you can't really get can't really extract the music data from the GBA ROM. So I would have to. And the problem is I'm not really doing restorations for like just on my own anymore. I would have to be commissioned for that, and I don't even know if I could do it. It would be a process. Okay, cool. So that works. I'm gonna let you guys listen to that. I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna go and write my title and stuff. Actually, I have to loop it too, and then oh wait, there's a tail at the end of this, so I have to go Control C to copy and then paste, and then just move it. Let me remove any space and then move it there. And actually, this as far as the ending goes, this really already has an ending. It just needs to there needs to be the final note. Like I can remove. Let me just remove the ending drums that lead into the next part. And da-da-da-da-dum. And we can make the marimba. Let's press the marimba pattern and select make unique, and let's make it end on that same note. And then let me put that at a lower octave so it feels more final. We can do octaves here, because remember we usually have. And let me go down. Let's actually go even lower. I'd rather go higher. Let me see, what are the intervals usually when we have a marimba? It's usually like power chords, really. So let's make it a power chord. But actually, we should be following whatever chord is being played here. So, da-da-da-da-dum. Right here, we have an A being played. I don't know what the other note is, but let's see. In the brass, it's an A. I think it's an A all around because I remember seeing those notes and I was like, wow, that's a really low note. So it's probably just an A again. Yeah, it's all probably just an A. So that means I need this to be an A chord, but it is, so it doesn't matter. But I'll just have it play an A then. Nice. Nice. Nice, that's a good ending. Yeah, that works. So now I think we're done with that. Let's see. Listen to Forest Interlude every day. Keep up the incredible work. Thank you. Glad you enjoy it. So we're done with that. Let me see. How long have we been streaming for? We haven't even been streaming for an hour yet. So let's pick up another song then. We can do a double today, maybe even 3, because this is a really short song. So let me save this, and then I'm going to start a new. Actually, let me start a new. And then I'm going to drag next one, In the Dead of Night. We already did that. Mystic Invasion, that would be next. So that's pretty much it. It's a big song, but it's not long. Let's see, it's about 30 seconds long, so we should be able to get through it in 2 hours. Let me go and get the, what is this? In the Mystic Invasion. So let me go grab Mystic Invasion. The MIDI, and no, don't start a new project, don't import time signatures, and then we have it. So now I'm going to, what is my first track that I need? What's the first thing I need? Drums. Okay, so I've heard enough of that to know that, let's see. I'm going to cut this. Did I cut that by accident? No, I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to go to a new pattern and call this drums. Let me see what note we're playing. Maybe it's a D. It's also shorter. Let's see. Actually, maybe it's a C. Go shift down. Yeah, that sounds about right. So C, and let's see. Now for the snares. Way too high. Let's take it an octave down. Let's see. Probably just a root note then. Nice. Nice. Okay, so let's send this to the kick to insert 1 and the snare to 2. And let's call this kick and snare. So now what do we have next? Oh, actually, there's no panning on this, is there? No, these are always center, I think. So let's see what we have going on here. We have more hi-hats. Let me go to my Roland U220. And now that we're in 48K, let me just record that sound because I don't want to have to go to this I don't have to keep using this VST. Let me go to Edison and let me just press record. Wait. It's got to be way louder than that. Hold on. New recording and... let me record that. Nice. Okay, so let's trim this down to the closed hat, normalize, and trim side noise. And then let's save this in the mana folder as U20 underscore hi-hat closed. And then let's undo all that. And now let's go to the second one, normalize and trim side noise. And now this is what's called a pedal hat. This is what happens on the hi-hat when you just hit the foot pedal. And no, it's a mute. It's like whenever you hit it, you hit the foot pedal and then you mute it. Or it's actually probably just hitting the foot pedal, I think. I don't really know, but anyway, you save this as... I'm going to save this as U220 or U20 hi-hat pedal. And then we undo again. And then normalize this and trim. Trim side noise. And now this is an open hat. This is what happens whenever you just... actually, this is just a long one. I think the other one was just a shorter articulation, just because what happens is the drummer presses the pedal and then lets up on the pedal to mute the hi-hat. So you can control how long the hi-hat sustains for. And so this is just a long one, but they call it pedal and open. So let me... a hi-hat pedal. Let's name this to hi-hat open. Cool, so now we have our hi-hats. We can delete this VST. And we can... let's see. Do we have any more any TG77 recordings in this? This is actually all strings, I think. Strings and bass. This is just one huge string patch. So I want to edit now to take it easy on my processor. I want to edit it in 44.1. Okay, so let me save this project as, what is this called? Mystic Invasion. This channel deserves better. Nice, thank you. Appreciate that. So now we're in 44.1. Wow, this is like... so now I need to load up my my project again. And let me actually add these drums to the mix, and let me also add the MIDI. And now I'm gonna put the drums down here. And then let's see, what were we doing? Oh, the hi-hats. The hi-hats are what's next. So let's drop in our hi-hats. Let me refresh the browser. So we have our closed hat. And how long do I need the longer articulation, or should I stick with the other one? It's definitely a short articulation, so let me just take the pedal. And so, actually, I can drag this into... under this MIDI line where it occurs. And so now I just need to know where exactly, which notes are closed hats and which notes are like, oh, I didn't need open, I need pedal. And which hats are the longer articulation. So if you go to the patch changes, each patch change is a like the taller one is a longer hat. So it looks like it's not going to be easy. Like it changes intermittently. This sounds good. This sounds pretty good. Good job, man. Thank you. Welcome. So I'm going to need to go through this and just select each of the notes as I get to them. So we're going to have, let's see, let me set this to be roughly the same amount. Let me zoom in here. And then let me zoom in here. So now I can see. And you just have to match it to the bar, really. You just have to match it to the bar, really. Let me control, I'm going to select this part, and then it's the beginning of the third bar and the end of the third bar. And then moving on, it's the second to last note of the fourth bar. Now let me zoom this out a bit. So now we can shift our focus starting at bar 5. Now we have at the half point of the bar, a half point of 6, the beginning of 8, and the end of 8. And I'm holding Control and Shift to keep selecting without it ruining the rest of the selection. So now, starting at bar 9, if we move, we have at the halfway point of 9 and then 2 notes later. And then we have the halfway point of 10, the second note of 11, the halfway point of 11, and the last of 11. Then we have the second note of 12, halfway point of 12, and the very other last note of 12. Now if we move our focus, we're at bar 13. We have the middle of 13, second note of 14, the middle of 14, second note of 15, middle of 15, last note of 15, second note of 16, middle of 16, last note of 16. Now starting at bar 17, we have the middle of 17, the second note of 18, in the almost middle of 18, and then the note after the one after that. So now we just cut this. Well, actually, I don't want to cut it. I just want to copy it. Let me copy this. And then I'm going to go find first empty, call this hi-hats. And now I want to paste this line in the pedal hats. And so now my selection is kind of gone. Wait, actually I did cut that. No, that's the, if I go back to the MIDI, my selection is now gone. So I just want to select this whole line. And let me see. Well, actually I can kind of undo all that, and I should have just copied this whole thing. Let me copy this whole line and just put that into the closed hats. But let me go through and I'm going to set this down so I can see the ghost note channels in the middle there. And let me just go and remove everywhere I see a ghost channel line. Okay, and that should be, I'm pretty sure I want that to be at the root note. Let me drag that down to C5. Control A to select all, and drag this down to C5. Now, that sounds good, but the only problem is when you get to this longer articulation, it kind of doesn't last long enough. So I want to select all those long ones and make this an open hat, which is really only 2 of them, so. So now let me add the open hat articulation. I think it starts at bar 12, yeah. Let me paste. Yes. It's kind of a hip-hop line. Nice. Sweet, so that sounds good. Let me place this into the above the drums. And the hi-hats are kind of loud, so let me turn them down. I want it to be about 62% volume. Nice, so that sounds good. DKC 3B seconded. All right, so now we can move on to whatever's next. Which is the bass, I think. No. Cool, so it's like a string line all the way through. And this part that I skipped is the bass, so we'll get back to that later. I just wanted to do all the strings at once. So let's get us a contact patch, our contact channel. And let's let me drag my string. I have a patch made for my legato strings. So I want to grab that. Sustain strings. I want legato strings. Where's L? Legato strings. Yeah, let me try that. So I want that, and then I'm going to go and get my bass. This is from the Yamaha A4000. And the strings are also from the Yamaha A4000 Professional Sound Library. Actually, I think I want Mercado strings because it needs to be sharper than that. Nice. So now let me grab each layer of those strings, and actually they all have different panning, so I'm actually going to need more articulations of this, but let me get my envelope down. I want to get the envelope right, and then I can just clone it. Well, actually, no. I would just need to save it. Yeah, I'll get the first one right first. So let me. Yeah. And I hope you're doing well. Have you look great and your restoration sound better every time, night and day. How are you liking New York versus LA? Oh, thank you. Welcome. Uh yeah, I like New York is a lot faster paced than Louisiana is, but I like it. It's a great place to work. Louisiana is not a great place to work. They don't have a good infrastructure and the government is very corrupt. So I like it better here because it's just it's I can have a better wage for the rent that I'm paying, and actually better rent too. Um, and let's see. This sounds great. I wish I could stay a while. I really enjoy and appreciate your step by step for each during restorations. It is super worth it to get headphones, speakers to listen. Yes, speakers or headphones will definitely help you. Car speakers for me work better in a pinch. Car speakers are good too as long as they have good bass. Oh boy, glad you got out of there. In a bunch of reasons. Sorry to not distract you. Sorry. No worries. I enjoy the conversation. So let me grab this string line and go find first empty and call this strings. And actually, I want to give the hi-hats a pattern, mixer track. So let me go to send them to 3 and then call this hi-hat. And the pan, is there panning on that hi-hat or is it center? No, it's just center. It's just center, so we don't need to do anything there. Now the strings, let me paste this line, and it's going to be at channel 1, so I want to have channel 1 selected and press Alt-C to change the color. It's nice, so let me judge that. Wow, so not only do we have panning, but we have the panning moving, actually. But I think the articulation sounds good. So now what I want to know is, do they all move independently? Because if they do, then I'm going to need like separate mixer tracks for all of them. No, actually, it's all moving in tandem, so I can just put an effect on that, like a pan effect on the mixer. Yeah. All right, so let me. I'm gonna ignore that panning for now, but except for the native, like the patch's actual pan. So let me go and see what the MIDI says about that. And does it have it cycling? No, it just sets it. It sets it as 1. And so I want to capture that pan. Let's see, 58%. Wait, no. This is 59% to the right. Yeah, 59% to the right. And so we want to take that. Basically 60. So we can keep dragging our marcato strings in there and just make like, how many of these are there? 4. So there's 4 layers strings. Let me just drag 3 more marcato strings. And so now I want to So the panning for the next one is 58% left. Whoops, that's the bass. I don't want that. 58% to the left. Basically 60. So, and the next one is going to be 30% left, and then the other one, the last one's going to be 30% right. So now we have all our patches set up. Now I just want to set the contact to be at the next mixer track, which is 4. And let's call this strings. And the next one, whoops. The next one's going to be bass, because we're going to put that in later. Alrighty then. So now I just need to grab each of the other layers. And then I'm going to select channel 2 as the color and Alt-C to change it. And then I take the next one, copy, and paste. This time selecting channel 3 and Alt-C to change it. And then finally, last one, Control-C, copy, and paste, select channel 4. Wait a minute. I messed up. I didn't leave room for the bass, did I? Okay, no problem. Let me just set this to channel 5 and Alt-C to change it, and then I'm going to go back to channel 4. And Shift-C to select channel 4. Wait, I don't have channel 4. It's channel 3. Shift-C to select channel 3, and then select channel 4 and Alt-C to change. And then I can just click that. Wait, no. I want channel 2 now, so select channel 2. Shift-C to select the notes that use channel 2. And then go and select channel 3. And Alt-C to change the notes. Now everything should be using it right. Let's play. Nice. Okay, that sounds good. So, and they're all panned, right? So now I just need to throw that up in the browser, and I'm going to select all these and move them up to the top because the bass is going to go under here. So now I go and select the bass channel, copy, and then I'm going to go find first empty and call it bass. And then I go and paste in the contact channel and select channel 2 and Alt-C to change. And it's going to go an octave lower. Nice, very ominous. Let me create a separate master output channel within contact. And the bass is going to be in part of that. And I'm going to go to plugin out 3 and plugin out 4. And then I'm going to go to the processing tab and select +1. So this is going to add it to the very next mixer track after 4. And that is what I already have named as bass. So now, and the bass is pretty loud. So let me take it down about 6 dB. Nice. Now let me add that under the drums, and let me take down the hi-hats. This is so good. Thank you. Glad you enjoy it. Okay, so now I want to go through everything and make it like mix it, make it pop. I also have to remember that the strings need that panning thing. They need to shift panning. So let me go to the kick. Let me beef up the kick because we do like a good strong kick. Strong drums in general. Yes, now let me compensate for the rise in volume that it stays at 6 dB. About though, it's kind of, there we go. Now it's 6. And so now let me go to the, wait, let me see if there's anything. I think there was like some reverb on that. Nah. No, but I do want to boost the bass a little bit. Whoops. And that's going to raise the volume up, so I want to compensate for that. Nice. And I want to send that to drums, the drums bus. So now let me process the snare. I'm going to saturate it very harshly. Ooh, that's good. I like that a lot. And let me give it a little bit of exciter. Nice. And let me also give it some chorus. Slight slow chorus. Nice. Now let me also reduce that volume to be 6 dB again. Nice. Now the hi-hats, I do also want to saturate. Compensate for the volume. Let me excite it a bit. Not too much, because it is very it does already have a lot of highs. Let me also give it some chorus. Nice. Beautiful. Now the strings. The strings are definitely going to need some hall reverb. Let me see how much it has. Sounds like it has. This actually sounds more like it would be better for, let me send this to accompaniment reverb first of all. Sounds like it would be better to have realm. With less decay. Nice. So that sounds good. Now let me give it. Oh wait, I put it in the strings. That doesn't matter. That's fine. But I do want to disable this reverb then. So now I just want that panning effect, and I want to know how fast the panning effect takes to do one cycle. So let's see, let me count that. It goes to the left first, I can tell. So I'm counting how much time it takes to get back to center. Like it goes to the left first, and then it goes to the right, and then when it comes back, it hits center, and that's one cycle. So on that fourth note, that's whenever that's how long it takes to complete a cycle. About. So that fourth note is about bar 3. So that would be like 2 bars it takes to complete one cycle. So what I can then do is I'm going to put realm at the end of the chain, and then I'm going to select Fruity Panomatic, and let me try to get it the same. I'm going to start with, let's see, speed, and it's going to be so. But it needs to be a little bit faster. Yeah, I think that's right. That's right. But I don't exactly have control over the direction. The direction is kind of random. So let me remove that, and instead I'm going to do note panning within contact, or no panning within contact. But actually, that's going to work on the bass, so I don't want to do that. I'll just stick with it being the Panomatic. It's not exactly going to be accurate, but it'll because it'll change every time, but it'll still be fine. I just need the general effect to be right. Yeah, I just need the speed and intensity to be right. I don't need it to be the right direction every time. Or the right phase. So that's good. Now, let's see. What else do we need to do these strings? I want to EQ these strings a bit because they're a bit strong on the presence. I want them to sound... The idea is to make them sound more lush and relaxing. They're a bit strong around here in the high mids. And so I want to separate them a little bit. Let me give it like 30% stereo separation. Let me also take down the presence a bit. Nice. Nice, so that sounds good, very lush. I like it. And now let's go to the bass. Oh, well, I do want to saturate that bass a bit. Nah, I don't like the sound of that. Maybe I can, wave shape it. It does need a little boost. Maybe both. Yeah, that works. And I want to take down, I want to EQ that a bit. There's a big frequency in here. See, there's this high frequency that I want to get rid of. Let me try that. Try a low pass there. Let me take off high Q so it, high quality, so it, try to get it just to cut out that frequency, really. Nice. I like that. Let me try a bit of chorus. I think I want some chorus to make it sort of stereo sounding. And let me listen to that in the original. I want to see if it had reverb or not. Oh, wow. It did have reverb, and it also had vibrato and a volume envelope that gives it kind of a pluck. So he was kind of trying to do a pluck bass with this. So let me edit the volume envelope. Let me take down the sustain. Take up the decay. About 300 milliseconds. Take the sustain a little bit higher. Let me listen to that. Let me see how that volume stays up. Let me raise the volume a bit. Nice. So now I just need vibrato. Now let me go to the mod source and mod and go to LFO and go to sawtooth. Actually, let me do more of a sine wave. Let me remove this and add a sine wave LFO. So this, I want it to be no more than 10. Probably no more than 10. Probably more than 10, actually. And I need it to be faster, so let me scroll down and... Wait, where is it? There we go. It's not even coming through for some reason. There it is. So let me go like 40. And let me give it a fade in, like 100 milliseconds. Or maybe 63. Let me make it not as strong. Maybe 33. and he kind of made it sound like a contrabass, like an orchestral bass. Say, hello, I'm back from eating dinner. I forgot what this theme is called. You said what it was called earlier in the stream, but I forgot. It's actually Mystic Invasion. That's what it's called. I don't know where it plays in the game, but it's Mystic Invasion. So he kind of makes this sound like an orchestral bowed bass. So let me try to EQ that a bit. That's going to come from this high mids right here. And so let me give it reverb now. Nothing else is going to get reverb, so let me just add the reverb into the effects chain. Nice, it's like a surf bass. Give it 2 seconds decay. Turn it down to 25%. It also has a decay in it, a delay. You can hear that echo. Let me give it that decay or delay. So it has a short delay, about something like that, and only one echo. Let's make it half, and then we can do, I don't need any offset. I'm not sure why it has, there we go. Ah, it was the chorus doing that. Let me try to match that, let's see. Yeah, it should be more static. There we go. Kind of sounds like a surf rock bass now. Let me take this part down. I want to push the distortion a little more. I can't really push it much more. Let me try disabling the wave shaper. No, it doesn't really help. That sounds good. It's got a little bit of distortion, but it does feel right. Feels like it would be one of those unused themes. I didn't know they had unused themes in this game. Nice. I actually don't like the chorus effect that that delay creates. So I'll stick with the real chorus. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it creates a chorus effect like that. Maybe he's probably delaying the reverb, so maybe I can use pre-delay. No, that doesn't make a difference. Maybe feedback. No, that doesn't work. Or maybe no dampening. I think that helps, but it's good like it is. I think that works. No, I just mean the unused theme in any game. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so that sounds good. Let me put this to accompaniment. Actually, let me put this to... So I don't really need the buses here because there's very few instruments, so I can just do this. Yeah. And so I probably don't even need Maximus because there's not really going to be a lot of... I'm going to see how dynamic the volume is. Actually, it could benefit from it really because they have some spikes in volume that I want to take care of. So if we go to Maximus, take care of the low band, we have... Let me make this one very subtle. Now the high bands, I'm gonna compress a little bit. Yes. Now I can raise this up a bit. Not too much. Cool, so I'm gonna loop that. And then I'm gonna let you guys listen to that. And as far as the ending goes, I just want to ring out this last note. Let me just let that go all the way. And then I'm going to adjust that as need be. Nice, so it ends around here. And then for the bass, I'm just going to also let that note ring out. For the same amount of time. And maybe, yeah, well, I do want the bass to decay as well. So let me go into contact. Wait, I had it. And then I go to the, let's see, let me take down the sustain. Actually, the sustain is already there. Let me see if I can add another modulator. So if I can go to amplifier, mod, and add another, let's see, another envelope. And then I can, let's see, no attack, and just straight decay. So, but a long decay. Let me say that would be like 5 seconds. Nice. So that's perfect, actually. So that's our ending, and I'm gonna let you guys listen to that while I go and make my title and stuff. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Nice. Okay, so that works for that. Let's see, how long have we been streaming? Okay, so only 2 hours now. Let's see what we have next. Maybe we can squeeze another one in here before we take a break. Let's see, what do we have next? Okay. Okay, so this one's like a 50-second cue. I can't promise we'll get through all of that because that's a lot for 1 hour, but yeah, we'll do what we can. And then we'll take a break and probably come back. Well, actually, no, because I need to make the YouTube videos for all these, so I'll probably spend the rest of the day doing that. So, like, these 2 songs. So what we're gonna do is let's take it channel by channel, and we just disable all these. How about the theme that plays in battles? Oh, those I'm still looking for a sample for, so I'm gonna have to find that. The battle theme uses a hit sound that I have no idea where it came from, so I'm gonna save that for last, and then we'll like see if I'm gonna see along the way. I'm gonna see if I can find that sound because I just can't find it. It seems. So we're gonna roll with this one. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get through this one. So we have our kick. Drag the kick in there and drag the snare. Now I want to copy this line and go find first empty and call those drums. Let me paste this into the kicks and let me find the note of the kick. I think it's just the middle note. Now let me grab the snares, cut, and paste. This goes here. I think there's some space here too. Hold up. I think in the MIDI there's like a little bit of space. Yes, there is. So what I want to do now is go into the playlist, zoom in as much as I can, and then hold Alt and drag the playlist until there's no space anymore. And then I want to move this. I can move this back to the beginning and press Make Unique. So now I need to have a version of the MIDI with no space in the beginning. So now I want to go back to this and let me see. I think it was just root notes again. And I want to take some of the tail out of the kick. Nice. So now let me give these two a mixer track, 1 and 2. Let's call, whoops. Let's call 1 kick. And this one snare. Nice. So now what do we have next? Some strings. This is a different instrument. So we have a strings line. Let me add a contact patch. And so these are sustained strings. So I drag my strings in here. So it should be pretty straight up. And I think that's the loop. So what I want to do now is grab this line, find first empty, and call this strings. And then I'm going to paste this here and let me go to channel 1 and Alt-C to change it. Nice. So now let me go back to the, I'm going to select all in the filter group. And well, actually I need to see what it is. So, oh, the one above the strings is going to be, let's see. Let me see if I have any volume automation here. No, I don't. Oh wait, the volume would be in the other channel. Nope, it's the same. So I have these as center, actually. This is actually almost all of these are center. There's not really much panning here. So yeah, that sounds good. That's good like it is. Now I just need to add this. Oops. Let me zoom out. Now I just need to add this into the playlist. So I have my drums at the bottom, strings right here, and then nice. So now now what do we need next? We have our flute. So now that's this channel. So let me add a MIDI controller. Wherever that may be. Here, MIDI out. So I think all of this is flute. Let's find first empty and call this flute. And that's the loop, I do believe. So let's put this into the MIDI out for the TG77. And I'm gonna need to go, because we last used the brass patch. So now I have to go and select the winds again. Let me see. I'm gonna push the bank button. Do we have the winds in this bank? I don't think so. Let me try that. I'm gonna have to go to memory. Push that. And now we have some different stuff, so no, I don't think we have winds here either. So let me push memory again. And then bass. This is bass. Let me go back. Ah, here we go. WN flute. And that'll do as well. So now it should put, when I play in FL Studio, it should play the flute. Well, actually, I need to set an input from FL Studio. So take the input of, why is it not? Oh, there it is. So now it should take my input. Is that the right octave? I think it's supposed to be low. Okay, it's supposed to be one octave higher. Control up to change. Awesome, welcome back. Cool, so we can record that. Let's go to add Edison and press record. Okay, and then stop the recording. Stop playback. And I want to normalize this. And so now I'm going to trim the side noise. And save this as Actually, I might want to re-record this because these levels are really inconsistent. And also I want to be in 48. So let me go and save this project as, what is this called? Secret of the Arid Sands. Let me save this as another project. And close, yeah. Now load this project again. And I want to first arm the recording because FL Studio disarms it for some reason. And so I want to do new. And then I want to raise the volume. I'm going to put a limiter before this. And so that way we'll kind of make the volume more consistent. We raise the volume. Nice, so that's pretty consistent. That's like the level that I wanted at. And so now let me just do record. Oh wait, hold on, it's clipping. I don't want it to, wait, it says it's clipping in the thing, that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna record it like that, and then let's see. Since it did, let me just raise the volume and the limiter. Nice. Okay, so now I can record. Let me just go to new one more time. And then press play. I'm actually gonna turn that down because that was really. Cool. So then now we stop playback, and let me save this recording as, wait, let me trim first, trim side noise, and then save this recording as sands underscore flute. So now I want to go and refresh the browser. Oh, it actually shows up. So now I can take this thing down to about 50%. Wait. Oh, that's because, yeah, this is the recording. Probably going to need to take down some of the volumes there even more, maybe 40%. Let me look at what that sounds like in the thing. Yeah, the flute definitely sounds quieter. Or maybe not that much quieter. Let's see. Let me go to all for the filter group. Let me remove these notes so it doesn't mess anything up. And let me go to string section and let me take it down to dB. Nice. So now we can give that a mixer track. Let me send the contact to channel 3 and the flute to channel 4. But let me also check on the panning for both of those things. So actually they're both center, I forgot. So now we can move on to the other part, I think. Next part. Actually, let me name those mixer tracks. So let me name this strings. And this one flute. Do. Why do I not have my buses here? This thing made a new project, didn't it? Crazy. It didn't give me my template. I hate that. Okay, so now I need to make those. I might just make them later and see if I need them, because this thing, I don't know how many instruments this thing actually has. I'll just make them as a need be. So let me go and use this second channel, or the fourth channel. So we have marimba notes, 3 marimba channels. So I have a big old loop here. So this channel is the only one that stays a marimba the whole way through. So let's copy this. And each of these marimba channels are panned differently, so we need to have separate Roland Sound Canvas VA instances. We go to SC55 and select chromatic percussion and marimba. Take down the reverb, like turn it off, and let me go find first empty and call this marimba. And let me call this channel marimba as well. And let me paste this here. And let me make sure that it's going at channel 1, so let me Alt-C to change. There we go. Let me also up the volume to 150%. This is a quiet VST. I want to take down the release some. There we go. And I forgot this is a loop, so I actually don't need all this. I can just... It's like a 1-bar loop, so I don't need all of this. Actually, I think it's a little more than that. It's like 2 bars because this one's different. Wait. It does change quite a bit. But these are the same. Wait, no, they're not. I'm just going to leave it as is. So then I'm going to go take I'm going to clone this twice. And I want to go grab those other layers, but I want to cut out the part that it changes. So I'm just going to grab from this and before. Copy and paste. But actually, aren't these supposed to be an octave down? I think this is like an octave too high. Yes, all these are supposed to be an octave lower. So control down. And I have to make sure that this one goes to channel 1, so let me Alt-C to change to channel 1. And now the panning for this is going to be this one right here. So I copy this value, paste, copy this value, and paste it here. Now I just need that third layer. Alt-C. And an octave down. Control down. Now I want to give this a mixer track. And I want to send all these layers to the same one. And this is, no, there's a bass in here, I remember. But I'm going to put this above the drums. And I'm going to put this, yeah, right there, because I think there's one more layer that goes in between here. Nice. Okay, so now what do we have next? What is the red? What is in those other two channels? So we have claps that are shifting, speakers that are shifting in pan. Nice. Shifting very fast. So let me see, is this is not really a, I'm just going to take this whole pattern and copy. So let me make a new find first empty and call this claps. And then let me go and grab my clap sample. And I do believe that this is going to be, I'm going to put my root note one note under what's being played at G. And also take out some of the tail. Nice. Now let me give this a mixer track, track 6. Call this clap. And now the other thing I want to do is try to get the, use the Pan-O-Matic to give it a panning sweep. And I think it's going to be, the amount is going to be 100%. The speed's going to be pretty fast. Or almost 100%, maybe not quite 100%. And let me see if that stands up to the sound. Oh, you can actually, if you look in this second box, you can actually see the motion that the panning is making. So let me see, it's definitely not a sine wave. So that, I just have to match that up with the speed of what is playing. So it's actually, that's actually pretty accurate. Nice. Okay, so that works, that was easy. Let me add this into the mix. I'm gonna insert one above the drums, and then this will go right here. And then I want to see what's next. Some kind of melody. Ah, it's the bass. Nice. So let me grab this whole line. Oh wait, there's more. No, that's the loop. I don't need that. Copy and find first empty. Call this bass. Let me stop this for playback. And let me add into contact. Well, let me first add this into contact. Paste. And select channel 2, Alt C to change. I didn't see that before. Good eye. Thank you. So now we have it, the melody pointing to channel 2, or the bass line pointing to channel 2. Now we just add in the bass and it'll automatically be routed to channel 2. So now we need to take it down an octave, control down. We'll take down the volume, about 6 dB. All right, that's nice. So I think there might be more of a pluck to it. Yeah, it's got kind of a pick bass thing going. Nice. So, and then it sounds like it's got a little bit of reverb going. And maybe a little more sustain. Love your Donkey Kong Country 2 restored OST. Thank you. Glad you love it. All right, is my camera off a little bit? Yes, it is. Yeah. So that's good. Now I just need to send this to a mixer track. So let me create master output. send it to plugin out 3 and 4. And this is going to channel, the main out is going to channel 3, or mixer track 3. So now I need the second output to go, what do I need? 7 is the next free one, so I need +4. Now I name this bass. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm just gonna paste this under the drums. Wait, actually, yeah, right here under the drums. Okay, this doesn't need to be here. This is the next note from the original, but actually I might want to keep that for an ending. And so now, what do we have next? We have brass. And these are both panned differently, so we have to record them differently, separately. So let me go and grab the first one. Ah, we have a crash. And then we have harmonica patches. Lovely. So with that copied, now I just go and find first empty and call this brass. And I'm going to send this to my MIDI out. And now I just have to select the brass patch on the TG77. So where now we have WN flute selected. Now I just need to find the brass patch. Here we go, 1980. All right. So now we have our brass patch selected. Now if we play this in the it'll show up in the thing. So now I need to adjust my volume. Oh wait, I did also lower the volume of the soundtrack earlier, so you guys probably couldn't hear that very well. But it'll help now because now it won't be so loud. Nice, so that'll do. Let me go and record that. Press record and... Okay, that works. Now we trim the side noise and save it as sans brass 1. And so now with that, I'm going to record again. I'm going to go and delete this line and then grab the second layer. Copy that. And I think this is going to have an envelope, right? No, it's going to have no envelope. So we don't need this pattern named brass. So, but I do need this next line. So let me press record and nice. Stop recording and trim side noise. Let me go call this Sans Brass 2. Okay, so now I can go to my playlist and I'm going to make one new space. And I'm going to go to my recordings and drag brass 1 to the beginning and let's see, refresh the browser. And drag in Sans Brass 2. And both of these things I'm going to need to take it down to 50% about. Actually, probably going to need to be quieter, more like 40%. Cool, so this line, now I just need the panning for this line. Which is, the first one's going to be to the left, and let's press the filter group and choose all. Paste it on the first one, and then the same for the second one. Copy, whoops. Copy, and paste. Nice. And so what else, what happens in the rest? Oh yeah, it's there's a harmonica and then there's a crash somewhere. So let me grab my crash sample and I don't remember if it was in the first one or the second one, but let's see. In the second one. No, it's that high note in the second one. Nice. So it sounds like it might be center note. Or C. Yeah. It's just a C note. So really all I need to do is just have a pattern with a C note in it. Let me find first empty and call it crash. And so really I just need to switch to the sequencer and do that. Nice. So now I can make a new, I'm gonna make a new, insert a layer here and then just put the crash there. And I'm also gonna need to make 2 new layers for the harmonica. So I know the harmonica is gonna be panned all the different ways. Ah, we have another crash. Wow. Oh, I have... The only problem with that is the crash loops to give it more sustain, and I have one made already where it's like a crash, a looping crash. Oh, I have attack made on it. But I do want that other setting back. So that'll do, I think it's every 4 bars that they have a crash. Let me see. I wasn't counting, but let's see. So we have this first line, and then yeah, it's actually just okay. Yeah, it's 3 times. So bar 25 and 31 and 37. There we go. So, and let's see. Why is it so high? Oh, I might have changed the root note. And I wanna lengthen that decay a bit. Nice. So now I just need the harmonica. And then the song will be complete. So let me just grab all of this, copy, and go to pattern 9, delete this in the MIDI out, and paste this. And so now let me go to my TG77 and select the harmonica patch, which is called Muthi. There we go, Muthi. So now let me play back and see how it sounds. Okay, let me see if that's the right octave. Yep. Let me raise the volume a bit. keep forgetting to put the volume back up on the mixer. But let me record this line and then I'll do that. So let me load new, press play. Stop recording, trim side noise, and save as Sans Harmonica 1. And now we want to go and grab the other line. But I want to be careful to avoid those crash sounds, which there are 3. So Control Shift, hold Control and Shift, and deselect these notes. Copy and delete the existing notes and paste. I removed the space here, so I have to remember to put it back in the playlist. So now we just make a new recording. Record. Nice. So now we remove, stop playback, remove the side noise, and I want to save this as Sans Harmonica 2. So now with that said, I can raise the volume back up. And delete Edison. I can keep the limiter for now. And then go to TG77 recordings. Drag in both of my harmonicas. And this harmonica is going to be later because remember it starts with a crash, so there's no note in there. Wait a minute. That's not right. Oh, the note, this thing is in like a weird timing. Wow, wait a minute. That is a weird timing. Let me see what that is. Is that a third? That is very strange. Let me see. Okay, let me take down the volume to 40% first of all. So it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like got like 8 for every 3 bars. Which is weird. Let me see. I want to make sure that's. Did I mess something up here? No, I didn't. So that's like a polyrhythm right here. And so I guess what I'm going to have to do is just select my second recording. And I'm just going to have to go 0 in and manually drag it to the right spot, directly under the second note. Let me make this one 40% volume as well. And what is that? Oh, that must be the other note from the next pattern. That's the other brass note. Nice. Nice, and we already have an ending cut out, so that's good. So let me send this to, actually, let me send the brass as well to a new mixer channel. Insert 8. Let me send this to 9. Call this brass. And this harmonica. Okay, and now I also need the panning for the harmonicas. So copy this value, paste it to the first harmonica, copy the panning knob for the second one, and paste it to the second harmonica. Nice. Nice, so that's good. Let me see. We're almost at our time here, so let's get this mixed. And let me try to whittle away and whittle an ending for this. So this would be, let me see. First of all, I have to loop it. So let me zoom out here. Copy and paste. So now I'm gonna make unique the, let's see. So this would be actually a really good ending. Just make unique the marimba. Let's see. I'm going to remove these claps and let me set my snap to be a bar again. And for the drums, let me just let that last kick through. I'm assuming that's a kick. Wait, the kick on the last note, I think it's this. Nice, that's good. And that works for an ending for me, except for, let me get the marimba to ring out a final note. Nice. That's cool. So now let's go to our mixing. So I'm gonna take the kick, give it a little boost. I've gotta go now. See you soon. All right, thanks for coming. Speaking of weird timing, I have to leave. Thank you. It's for so much for answering. It's been nice to hang out. Take care of yourself. Yeah, polyrhythm sounds tricky. I'll catch up with you. Bye. All right, have a good time, man. Gotta go now. All right, see you soon, y'all. So now we're almost done. We're on the last end of it. So let's just boost this kick. Yes. And then compensate for volume by pressing the set button. And that should be all we need for that. Unless, was there like some reverb on it? Yeah, it sounds like it's doubled up, so there might be a slap back necessary. Let me use delay 3. Give it like 30%, 30, oops, and low level. No diffusion. Yeah, that'll be cool. Maybe actually some diffusion. But no offset. There we go, that works. Now for our snare. Snare's pretty distorted. Let's go and get a saturation knob. Put it way up. Make sure the volume is at 6. Yeah, that's good. Let me also excite it, give it an exciter. Not too much. And also, let me compensate for that volume. Try to keep it at 6. Let me audition that exciter. I want to know if I don't lose. I think I lose a little bit too much power in the low end. So let me. That's fine. Let me just stick for an EQ boost. There we go. That'll do. And let me give it some chorus so it feels more dynamic. And the crash, I forgot to give the crash a mixer track. So let me go mixer track, and that'll be good. So now these strings. I don't want to saturate the strings because I want to keep them relaxing like that. But I do want to give them some reverb eventually when I figure out what my reverb situation is. Well, actually, no, they really don't have any reverb this time. And I think all I want to do is put an exciter on it this time. Yes. Nice. Now let me go to the flute. I want to give it a chorus. It does sound like it has some reverb on it. So let me give it realm. I don't think there's any vibrato on this thing. No. I do want to boost the highs a little bit. Nice. Beautiful. Now the marimba. So I do want to boost that a bit. Set the volume. And I want to give it a little bit of chorus. Let me see if that has any reverb on it. Maybe a little bit. I want to put a little bit of reverb on that. Maybe like 20%. Yes. Now the clap. I do want to saturate that and compensate for the volume. Give it a little chorus. Nice. I do think it has yeah. There we go. Now let me saturate this a bit. Compensate for the volume. I want this to be at 6. At 6 dB. Actually, it's fine where it is now. I don't want to overload the volume too much. And let me check for reverb on the bass. Definitely a little bit of reverb. And then our brass. I want to have chorus. Yeah, I can probably. And I want to give this a little bit of stereo separation. And some saturation. Set the volume. And a little bit of reverb. But so many of these things have reverb, I need to set up a bus. So let me go to 11 and dock to the right. Oh, they're still there. I just had the thing collapsed. Wow. Okay, so let me dock this to the middle again. And I'm going to, what was the first thing I put reverb on? Was the flute. So let me go and set, like I'm going to remove this. I'm going to send the kick to the drum bus, snare to, strings to the lead, no reverb, flute to the lead with reverb, marimba to the accompaniment with reverb, clap to the drums, bass to the accompaniment with reverb, harmonica, wait, no, we haven't got there yet. And now I'm going to replace, I'm going to put realm in there, and this one's going to be like 25, 30%. 1 second. Decay. And the accompaniment will be realm with 1 second decay and 20%. 20% effect. And so now I can remove realm from everywhere except the buses. And so now this brass also needs to go in accompaniment reverb. And now our harmonica comes into play. Stereo separation. Saturation. Set the volume. Nice. Okay, so that's cool. That works. Let me also excite it a bit. Give it some highs. Nice. Now we just need the crash. So we can saturate the crash a bit. Set the volume. Although it was pretty loud. Give it some chorus. And I can't tell if that had, that crash sounded like it had reverb or not. No, no reverb. But it is very loud. Definitely needs to be louder. Nice. So let's give this a, let's turn this into Maximus. And then we can start to compress, start to what do you call it? Forgetting the word. Oh well. I'm gonna adjust levels here, especially in that section. I'm gonna give that crash a little bit of chorus because I just don't like the way it sounds raw. Let me give it TSAR 1R because it's supposed to, I want it to sound like it's in a concert hall. I want it to be a little realistic. Let me let the bass get, because there's bass in this section, so it's going to be, the bass is going to be bigger. Yes. Okay, see, now that looks like healthy levels to me. Pushing it, but not too much. So I'm going to let you guys listen to it, and I'm going to write my details. Okay, so I think that's good enough. This is where we'll call it for today because we're over time now, but this will be up. Do one video, like two, we'll do one song every day up on YouTube. I'll try to get these edited. But one should be out tonight, and then the next one will be out the next day, and then the next day. So that's what we'll do, and yeah, this was very productive. Thank you guys for coming to the stream, and that will be all for today. We'll come back probably, we won't be streaming Tuesday, but I'll probably be streaming Wednesday is when I'll be on next. So thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Jam and Sam out.